Okay, we are lost. Yes, we are. So, it's been a while. Thanks for being here. Because I already see my good friend Only Hands. We were just talking with Only Hands about food. So, how are you, Only Hands? Yeah, but that soup helps you get better. From the stomach, like a flu, what happened? Okay. Testing. Can you hear me now? What about now? Only Hands, can you hear me? CC Trico, can you hear me? I can see the... Yo, people, let me know. Trico, can you hear me? Let me see. Trico can hear me. Only Hands says better. We can hear now. Oh, okay. So we are good now, right? Okay, give me a second then. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah. How are you? Yeah, so I was just telling you that I'm very sorry to hear that Grimeshine is sick. What the fuck happened with Grimeshine? Did he get sick on the weekend, on the trip? How are you, Only Hands? Thank you for being here. CC Trico, thank you for being here, people. Appreciate it. It's been a while. That's life, right? Yeah, that is life. It is what it is. One has to keep going, right? So I have not been consistent with the streaming because I've been working on the game. Trico says Grimeshine is sick. It seems so. It seems Grimeshine is sick, dude. But I was seeing him earlier working in Aseprite, so he's not that sick. So that makes me happy that he's not like in bed, right? Only Hans says, yeah, he's sick. When we got home, he started to not feel well. Did he stay home today? Okay, let me see. Okay, we are good now, right? You can hear me? Yeah, the music is not loud. I think we are good. Here when we keep talking. Are you gonna have Vietnamese soup also? Rico, what have you been up to, my friend? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, Grimeshine, he did work yesterday today. Oh, we work on the game. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I suppose we work on the game. Yeah, I think I am not wrong. I saw him working earlier. Because what, nerdy? Okay, can you hear me okay right now? Yeah, I was just asking you how you are. Okay, people, so I have been working on several kind of shit. I've been working on optimization of... Trico says you sounded different. What about now? How do I sound now? Do I sound okay? Let me know if... I think I figured out what's happened. Oh, shit. Yeah. It's the music. Yeah, this is weird. When I played the background music... Yeah. Okay, let me see what is happening. Yeah, this is weird. This is the first time this happens. It is the background music, it seems. Yeah, that's interesting. This had not happened before. Yeah, because I've been doing the streams. Yeah, I think it is the music. If I play it again, I think it's gonna be broken again. I'm gonna try to play the background music. And please let me know if it is fucked up again. I think it's gonna be fucked up. If it is fucked up, it is so sad, but I'm gonna have to remove the background music, which is sad because I think it helps with the vibes, to make the chill vibes. Okay, what about now? It all... Yeah. It is the music, right? How do I sound right? Do I sound like shit? Was the audio broken when I played the music? Curry says, hey, yo. How are you, Curry? How are you? Yeah, we were just testing the audio because it is being shit. Only Hans says audio is fucked with the music. Oh, shit. What the fuck is happening? I hadn't even been touching any of the setup. This is the same setup I've been using. Curry says I'm hot. Like literally, right? I suppose you are hot in real life. Yeah. I suppose you are hot also in real life. You must be handsome, beautiful, whichever you prefer. But I also know it's very hot in many places of the US. Grimeshine TV with the audio tips. Grimeshine says to me it sounds like the music is coming in through two sources, so it's canceling itself out. Yeah, dude. Something is happening with the music today. I don't know why. Yeah, but it's the same fucking setup. I don't know. Yeah, it's OBS. Shit in the bed. Trico says the audio is broken when you play the background music. Yeah. Grimeshane, how are you, dude? I hope you are well, dude. Only Hans was just telling us that you are a bit sick. I hope you get better soon. But I also saw that you were working on Aseprite earlier. Chris says it's 100 degrees. Yeah, I know, dude. Where do you live, Curry? Do you live in the south, in the east coast, west coast? I've been seeing, I don't know if you people have been seeing the World Cup, Club World Cup from the FIFA. From FIFA, the soccer, football World Cup. But we've been seeing the games every day here in Latin America, and we can see that every day all of the teams are like saying that it is way too hot to be playing on the US. Crimson says how it's going, dude. It's going good, dude. I've been working on the game, working on all sorts of shit, dude. Today I was working on optimization, because I've been working on the demo to have it ready for a couple events. And yeah, tricky shit, dude. Tricky shit. Crimson says that he's sick of you. Yeah, just kidding. I know. Trico says, good to see you in the stream. Thank you, Trico. Appreciate it. Chris says, California Valley. Yeah. I've been seeing the West Coast has been very, very hot in the US. All of these games that I've been seeing throughout all of the day, we've been like watching all throughout the day these games here in Latin America, and we can see that the players are always complaining that it's way too hot to be playing those games. Grimson says, yeah, my body doesn't really let me rest even when I'm sick. I know, dude. You've told me this. I saw you were working in Aseprite. Have you been making progress with any pixel art, or have you been working on some coding of the game? Dude, today I was working on some shit, some optimization shit. That is a good lesson. Yeah, I should have worked on optimization of many things before, earlier in the process of making this game. If not, many things become a headache. Yeah, so yeah, but it is what it is. So I've been procrastinating. Yeah, no, I hadn't been procrastinating. I refactored these puzzles. Then it didn't work what I had in my mind, so I'm gonna start with the refactoring again because I fucked it up. So Slow, how are you? So Slow says hello on Twitch. Trico says, well, actually I'm just going to play games, but then I see Nerdy streaming, so yeah, bye Nerdy, and I hope you get better. Grimeshane, thank you for coming, Trico, appreciate it. Go and have fun, my friend. So Slow, where have you been, dude? How are you? What have you been working on? Yo, Grimeshane, you're working on pixel art? Hurry. What have you been doing? Have you just been sweating? Do you have an air conditioner in your house? What are the vibes there in California? Okay. Yeah, so I am gonna refactor this shit again because I refactored this system in these last few days. I fucked it up, so I'm gonna start again. Trico says, okay, I read that one. Okay, okay, people. So let's keep talking in the chat while I keep working on this. This is gonna be a very boring and tedious process. Yeah, what I'm gonna work on today. I can assure you that this is not gonna be a fun thing to work on. But yeah, I've been trying to stop procrastinating boring shit. Okay, so I have this thing, which is like the visual map of the naming convention I'm gonna use for each one of these buttons, each one of these keys on the puzzles, on the new system of the puzzles. Yeah, let me analyze. I was just renaming the other day. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue with the renaming. I'm gonna keep this in the other monitor. Chris says, so slow says first. Not gonna lie, I've just been struggling to find another game idea that gives me as much passion as in Sonic. Why are you trying to find another game idea, dude? You should just keep going with the one that you like. Chris says, a lot of sweating. You have air conditioner, but running it is expensive. Ah, shit. I think it is expensive everywhere, but I suppose it is way more expensive in the US of A. Yeah. So slow says, and in turn I feel like I'm wasting the summer. It's also hot where you live. It's hot everywhere, dude. It's hot everywhere. Grimeshane says, I've been working on my shooting mechanics, so I was making my character animations in Aseprite. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. How are you feeling about it? Do you think that it's a difficult thing to work on? Okay, people, let me just remove my watch, because it makes me, yeah, not be relaxed. Yo, Gramshine, how is the Vietnamese soup? Is Only Hans also having soup? Oh shit! Look who it is, the sound effects guy. It's hot anywhere Nerdy is. I know, dude. I am that hot. I am that hot. How are you, brother? Appreciate you coming. How has life been, dude? How is your game going? How is your YouTube channel going? Thank you for coming, my friend. Appreciate it. It's so fun to come back after a few days and seeing all of these cool people here. How are you? So Slow says it's not hot in Russia or Antarctica. I suppose, dude. I suppose it is not hot in Russia or Antarctica, but everywhere the rest of us live, it is fucking hot, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Grimeshine says, still too early to tell how the animation is gonna be. Everything's going smoothly so far, but tracking ammo across multiple levels will be tricky. Yeah. Have you worked with the game instance already? Yeah, it could be not tricky if you do it in the game instance. So Slow says, no nerdy watchers in Russia. Yes, there is a Russian guy that comes here sometimes. He's called Teslatic. Yeah, we've got a couple of Russian people. Kura says, yes, those places are also Russia and Antarctica. Yeah, indeed. Grimeshine says, it's delicious, the soup. Is Only Hans also having soup or only you? Okay, people, so I'm gonna continue here just renaming this stuff. Yeah, with this convention I was figuring out. Yeah, so where was I? I am restarting this because I did it and it was a fucking mess. Oh, did I open Spaceman Memories 2 times in Unreal Engine? I did. Okay. Anyways, let's continue here. Grindbeard says, yeah, I have. The tricky part is that the way the items spawn in my game and holding multiple weapons on your quick bar that all have ammo. Oh, interesting. Yeah, dude. You put yourself in this position. Yeah. We have put ourselves in this position, Grimeshine, with our crazy fucking ass ideas in these games. Yeah, who the fuck told me to make puzzles on this game? It is what it is, right? We have to keep going. It's fun. Figuring out difficult shit, it's fun. The sound effects guy says on Twitch, things are good, crazy busy. Me not personally, but our team met with Sony last week about getting our game on PlayStation. Met with Microsoft the week before about launching on Game Pass, getting milestones ready for the publisher, and making big dev pushes. Shit, dude, this is exciting, dude. This is exciting, the sound effects guy. Seems like you are crunching, right? Yeah, all of the studios like in crunching, processing shit. I've also been crunching, dude. That's why I haven't been consistent with the streaming. One has to decide, dude, whether you're gonna be full-time game dev or a full-time streamer, and you cannot be both. I can really tell you that. So yeah, I can come sometimes to stream and stuff and shit, but I've just been working on the game. Girl says they should invent cold soup that isn't gazpacho. I tried gazpacho, I didn't like it. Do you like gazpacho? Grimshin says you're right about that. Yeah, who the fuck told us to start making all of this difficult shit to build in our games? But it is what it is. We have to do it. We have to do it. The sound effects guy. All of the milestones of your game, dude, sound really, really cool, dude. Are you aiming to release a demo? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna go renaming shit in a very, very boring way. Because yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I am restarting all of this. Okay, this one is, let me see. Where the fuck am I gonna have this here? Yeah, okay, so let me see. Yeah, I need this guide here. Yeah, so I can have the name in there very clear. Versus not a fan of gazpacho. Yeah, I didn't like it either. Yeah, I tried it on a very, very fancy restaurant and shit, but I thought it was just some type of overrated kind of food. I am very sorry, people, if someone here is a fan of gazpacho. Yo, the sound effects guy, did you end up going to the Unreal Fest in Orlando, or was it too expensive? Okay, let me see. Okay, let's keep rename this. So this one is, let me see the naming. This one is bottom frame A2. This one is correct. This one is A3. Is this one correct? Okay, we are on the right track. Okay, so let me continue here. So this one is A4. Is that one correct? Yeah, that one is correct. What about this one? A5. I think all of that, bro, I had it already built. The sound effects guy says we put out a demo last October on Steam and we're getting another one ready for Steam's Fall Next Fest. Yeah, I am also going on that one, the one at the end of the year. Oh, you also say planning to release full game late Q1, early Q2 2026. Yes, me too. I was aiming for end of this year, but I started doing some research. Not a good idea as an indie developer, because Q4 it is like taken by all of the big brands, and they are investing so much in marketing that they are just gonna erase you. So for a indie dev or a small indie team with not a big marketing budget, it is a bad idea to go on Q4. Grimshin says, Kurt, they have this cold beer that I really like. Yeah, I think all of us like that one, right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end to keep the conversation going. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end so we can keep the jokes going, because I don't know who is on the ad break and who is not, and it would be... I'm gonna take a sip of coffee while we wait for the ad break to end. Okay, so let me see this one. Is this one correct? Yeah, I think all of that row. Okay, ad break ended. It says the ad break ended. Okay, so we are back. Grimson says they have this cold soup, cold beer that I really like. Are you having a beer right now, Grimson? You should have a beer, dude. It's gonna help you. Latin American grandmas would tell you that you should have a beer when you're sick. The sound effect guy says you wanted to go, but even though it was local, tickets were still too expensive. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a sad story, dude. It is a sad story. And I'm very sorry. Yeah. I'm asking you about it because I know it was expensive. Kurt says not really a fan of beer either. Grimson says more for me. Indeed, more for the rest of us. I'm not like a heavy beer drinker. Yeah, I'm a light beer drinker. The sound effects guy. So a couple of months ago, I joined this server, this Discord server called Epic for Indies, and I kept posting stuff about Spaceman Memories on the server. And yeah, one time they posted the game on the Unreal Engine account on Twitter and stuff and shit. And I received an email like 1 month before the Unreal Fest telling me that if I wanted a complimentary pass, they would give it to me. I don't know, maybe it was because the game was featured. And I told them that I couldn't go because it's in the US. I don't have money to go to the US, but first of all, I don't even have a visa to go to the US. But I told them that I had a friend in fellow game developer in Orlando that if they could give me the pass. So I thought about you, dude, but they never responded. Yeah, I don't know if they got mad because I asked for that and stuff, but they never responded. Yeah, because they told me that I had to give my name and all of my information, but I told me I cannot go. Could I give it to a fellow game developer? And they didn't even respond. Yeah, it would have been cool, dude. I know the tickets were expensive. Yeah. You should join that Discord server. Maybe you could get something like that for some of these fests. The Sunfex says, I sincerely appreciate you thinking of me, but it's all good. Yeah, dude. I thought about you because you're the one that lives in Orlando and stuff. And I responded to them on the email that if I could give it to a fellow game developer, but they didn't even tell me no. They just didn't respond. So yeah, too bad. I told you it was gonna be a sad story. Yeah, it is what it is, right, dude? Yeah, I think the vibes of the social experience is cool, right? But in terms of like the content, it's gonna be on YouTube. Yeah, the talks are all on YouTube, so yeah, it's cool, right? The social experience of the event. But in terms of content, you can learn the same thing as in the festival through YouTube. That's how it is. Okay, I think this row is the one that I haven't named. What about this one? The sound effects guy says, if you have a moment, can you DM a link to the Discord? I'm in the Unreal Source Discord, but not that one. Yeah. Let me find it, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna send it right now because then I forget stuff, dude. So let me see if I can send you the invite link from here directly from Discord. Invite people. Okay, no, I cannot. So let me find it, dude. Epic for Indies. Yeah, dude. It's cool. It's cool, I think. Right. Them thinking about small indie devs like me and giving those passes and stuff. It's too bad that I wasn't able to go. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I think. Yeah, I'll find it, dude. I cannot invite you, so I'm gonna have to find the link somewhere on the platform. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, you guys should post your stuff because maybe you could get a featuring of your game and stuff because the team keeps an eye on interesting games, it seems. Yeah, they contacted me after I started posting stuff. The Son of a guy says, yeah, no worries, dude, I'll search for it. Just didn't know if you had it on hand. No, I have Discord here on the other monitor, but I cannot invite other people. It has to be the direct link, it seems. Yeah, let me see. Dude, now I'm like, where is that link? Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it'd be cool to send it right now, so I could send it here in the chat, right, for other fellow game developers that may be watching. Okay, nah, not here. No. Yeah, I was trying to find it. Yeah, yeah, I think here. Yeah, I'm just searching here, dude. On the other monitor, I think I'm gonna find it here. Okay, I think here it is. Oh, you found it. You found it, right? Yeah, that's the one. That is the one. Thank you, dude. I had also found it just in the same minute that you sent it. Yeah. Yeah, so here it is. I think it's the same one, right? Yeah, Epic for Indies, office hours. Yeah, here it is. So you also send it, so we're just gonna keep that one, the one that you sent. Yeah, dude, you should post updates of your game on that Discord because maybe they could contact you for some type of featuring of your game. Okay, people, I'm gonna keep renaming stuff while we keep talking, right? Okay, let me see. Let me close this stuff. Okay, we are set. We are back. Okay, anyways, I'm just gonna rename shit right now before I can keep going. That was one of the issues that I had when I was refactoring this stuff last week. The naming was shit, and then the whole fucking blueprint was a mess. Okay, this one's gonna be B2. Button frame. Let me rename this one. This one's gonna be B2. Okay, just like the fucking plane. That is a famous plane right now, the B2. Yeah. This is so ironic. That is a famous fucking plane right now. Okay, this one, let me find this one. This one's gonna be bottom frame B3. Rename this one B3. This one before. Like literally before or after. So people, what have you been up to? What have you been working on? Do you have any progress to share on the Discord? Please let me know. My Discord, there it is in the chat. I'm gonna send the command right now so you can join if you haven't joined. If you're gonna share something, please let me know because I am on streamer mode right now, so I'm not gonna be able to listen to the notification of the Discord. Okay, this is gonna be before. What about this one? Before B5. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I have that kind of like map there. So Slow says, by the way, I don't think the YouTube chat works. Oh, really, dude? What? Am I live on YouTube, dude? Am I live on YouTube, So Slow? Is everything fucking broken today in OBS? Shit. Okay, let me see, dude. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought, yeah, I would have thought everything was working okay on YouTube, dude. Yeah, let me check here. Yeah, resume channels and stuff. I am live, but the YouTube chat doesn't work. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't know what is up with that. I am sorry. I don't know if it's a YouTube problem, an OBS problem. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know, my friend. So Slow. Why haven't you? Why are you thinking about another idea for another game idea? Why don't you stay with the one you were already working on? Okay, this one's gonna be B6. Let me see this one. Yeah, boring stuff today, people. But yeah, better do it in this way instead of on the stupid way that I did it last week, in which I ended up having a mess. So yeah, I'm gonna go with something more consistent. Okay, so that one would be B7, right? Yeah, that one. It's just gonna be like 1 hour, one boring hour. Then we're gonna head. We're gonna do the cool stuff. Those Low says, hold up what, dude? I'll tell, but I got to get the AC first, the air conditioner. Dude, I would really like to have an air conditioner. Oh, Grimeshine, you have an air conditioner, right? The sound effects guy. Do you have an air conditioner, dude? You should have one in Florida, dude. I suppose you are fucking melting in Florida right now, dude. Oh shit, Florida must be hell right now. I wouldn't want to be in Florida. I can assure you that. Okay, this one's gonna be B8. 8. Okay, and finally B9, I think, yeah. Okay, there it is, yeah. I am gonna rename the buttons and the collisions later, I suppose. Yeah, Gramscian says, yeah, we do, but it's been chill though. In Seattle. Oh, really? I was just watching a football game earlier in Seattle. They were having cooling breaks. How was the day, by the way? It seems like it was hot earlier. I was watching this game on this Lumen field. Have you been to the Lumen field? Just like the Unreal Engine lighting system. The sound effects guy says, so absolutely got it hooked up to a Google Nest thermostat so I can control that shit from my phone. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, controlling the AC unit from the phone. That sounds like a great idea, especially in Florida. So Slow says, so shoot, I know Florida weather. Dude, I am from Central America, but I don't know why Florida just seems hotter. I am more afraid of Florida than from Central America. I don't know, dude. It just seems so humid and hot. That is just how Florida seems to me in my mind. Ramchan says not too hot. It got like to 76 degrees. Yeah, not that hot. And yeah, I've been to Lumenfield many times. That's where our American football team plays too. I saw that too. I saw that. It is used for many sports. Yeah. What the fuck is Lumen, dude? Is there a company also named Lumen? That's why they named it after the stadium. And if there's a company, I wonder why the fuck did Epic Games name Lumen, the lighting system, if there was already a company named Lumen. So Slow says, us Washingtonians are used to cold and rain, so this is new. Yeah, which Washington are you talking about? Are you talking about Washington, D.C.? Or Washington the state, where Seattle is? Which of both are you talking about? I never know what you people refer to when you say Washingtonian. I just think about DC, not DC. Okay, see, Washington State, where Seattle is, right? Yeah, you got a beef with DC. Why? Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate your beef with DC? Gramscian says, yeah, that place has been named like 4 different things in the last 10 years. Fucking Lumenfield in Seattle. Holy shit, dude. Lumen, in my mind, I was just watching the game earlier, dude, in Lumenfield, and I was like, why the fuck is it named after the Unreal Engine lighting system? Yeah. But I suppose it's a company, right? Yeah, that is just my stupid ass Unreal Engine game developer brain thinking. Okay, let me find this one. Okay, was that the row I was supposed to go? Yeah, I think right. Okay, so this one would be C1. Did I rename this one? No, right. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna rename this one. This one's gonna be C1. The sound effects guy says, first, So Slow says, it's always guessed before New W Washington. Yeah, just think about Washington DC, dude. The sound effect guy says Lumenfield is named after Lumen Technologies. That's how we name sport arenas up here. Biggest sponsor gets the name. Yay, capitalism. No, I know, dude. I know the biggest sponsor gets the naming. But I just think about, didn't these people see that Unreal Engine had this thing called Lumen? Or is Lumen Technologies old or not old? Gramscian says, yeah, it's a company, you stupid ass. Oh shit, I just got cooked in chat today. Physics says, yo, on YouTube. So the YouTube chat is working. So Slow, how are you, Physics? Thank you for coming. You just came at the right time. I was just getting cooked by American people in the chat, as always. So Slow says, yo, is YouTube chat working now? It seems like it's working, dude. It seems like it. Yeah, dude. Who is older, Lumen Technologies or Lumen Unreal Engine? Yeah, who is older? I'm gonna go and Google that, dude. If Lumen from Unreal Engine is older than Lumen Technologies, I am gonna cook Grimeshine. Okay, let me see. Let me see who's getting cooked. Lumen Technologies. It's an American telecommunications company. This company founded in 1930. What the fuck? Did they have this name in 1930? If they had this name in 1930, no, this wasn't their name. No. Yeah. 2020 name changed to Lumen. Okay. They changed the name to Lumen in 2020. Okay. When was Lumen in Unreal Engine launched? Let's see which one is older, Grimeshine. Let's see which one. April 2022. Fuck. 2 years. Yeah. Yeah. So Lumen Technologies is older than Unreal Engine. So Epic Games made the mistake of naming this shit after some fucking ass company that goes and buys stadiums and shit. Yeah. So slow. I read that one. The sound effect says Lumen Tech was founded in 1968, so I think the tech company got it first. Yeah, seems like it. Physics is founded 1930. Google said 1968. No, it seems like 1930, but they were named Lumen. But they named it in 2020, 2 years before Lumen from Unreal Engine. So this is Epic Games' mistake. Grimeshine. It was Epic Games' fault, dude. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Physics says you have to change your name, Tulio, because I'm sure you're not the first Tulio. I could sell my name, dude. Like the naming rights to this channel and to my whole internet persona, I would sell that name, dude. Do you wanna give a price to the naming rights of this channel and to my own self also? I could be, I don't know, if you pay $100 right now, I'm gonna be Physics Lab Dev for 1 week. So Slow says, isn't Lumen the name of the light measurement? Also, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, so it was a bad idea, Epic Games, to name a shit after other shit that also was named Lumen. Physics says, I'll pay 3 pesos. Mexican pesos or which type of pesos, dude? Okay, let me rename this one. This one's gonna be C2. Okay. Okay, let's keep talking, people. Let's keep talking shit, Paul. I keep renaming all of this shit. Oh, shit, dude. I didn't know Lumen Technologies existed, people. I am very sorry. I am a stupid ass, just like Grimeshine told me earlier. So, who's gonna... We're gonna have here... What is the fucking word for... Yeah. Let me fucking think about the word. What is the word, dude? I just forgot that English word. Yeah. What is the word? An auction. We're gonna have an auction. I'm gonna auction the naming rights to this channel. Who's gonna be part of the auction? Cuban pesos. Oh, those aren't worth shit, dude. I am pretty fucking sure 3 Cuban pesos aren't worth shit. So Slow says 1/2 a Zimbabwean dollar. Only Han says, Tulio, what's the money in Honduras called? Lempira. Yeah, I'm gonna show you why is it called Lempira. Yeah, let me go into Google. Yeah, I'm gonna show you how the Honduran money looks like also. So Slow says max price 100 lempiras. 100 lempiras would be 4 American dollars. Yeah, so not that much. Yeah, lempira is this motherfucker, which is one of the important motherfuckers of Honduran history. It seems like he was the guy that fought against the Spanish conquistadors when they came. So, but he got cooked. So, poor fucking Lempira. I'm very sorry. Yeah, yeah, I'm very sorry of not respecting the Honduran culture. But yeah, it is named after this guy that fought against the Spanish conquistadors. It is called Lempira. I don't think this motherfucker existed, by the way. I think this is a made-up story of those times to create national pride. Yeah, I don't think this guy existed. The sound effect just says nerd is great grandfather. Yeah. Only Hans says one of the important motherfuckers. Yeah, I have no respect for this kind of people, dude. I'm like, did you even exist, dude? Did you even fought against the Spaniards? Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah. Many of these stories are like, yeah. Okay, ad break. I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end so we can come back. Physics says he looks like Mr. Bean. Yeah, so he's the biggest national hero in Honduras. He fought against the Spanish people. Yeah, big shit. Did you even fucking existed? This is a cancelable offense in Honduras saying this. So I am glad I am saying it in English too. So a lesser amount of people are gonna cancel me. Yeah, but it is what it is. I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end to continue that conversation of why I don't even believe all of these stories, how they are told and shit. So Slow says I'll pay 1,573 nairas. What the fuck is a naira, dude? Which from where is that? Okay, we are back from the ad breaks. So yeah, I was talking about this guy, this Honduran guy called Lempira, biggest national hero that fought against the Spanish people. And I just think all of these Native American, Latin, not all of them. A couple of these stories are made up, invented, and some are not like we think. Like in Mexico, people think that the Aztecs were heroes and they got conquered by the Spaniards. The Aztecs were assholes that were fucking killing everyone else around them, the other Native Americans. These other native tribes united with the Spanish conquistadors to bring down the Aztecs because they were that much of an asshole. So when people talk about national pride and all of these stories from 500 years ago, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I do not identify with that shit. I don't know who these people were, and I don't know if they were fucking psychos. And many of these tribes were fucking psychos, just like the Aztecs and the Mayans and shit. So yeah, they turned it into some national pride type of stories, but it is not that. It is not that cool as it sounds in the books. Physics says that's what I've always said. The Europeans are just a bigger tribe that defeated tribes that were killing each other for thousands of years. Yeah, that sounds very shitty. Nonetheless, true. At least in a couple of Latin American countries, like in Mexico, there is a tribe in Mexico. I think it's the Mexicas. Yeah, if I am mistaken, I'm very sorry. They call them. They still exist. They still exist, and they call them the traitor tribe because they were one of the ones that fought with the Spaniards against the Aztecs. Yeah. So it was just a couple of people killing each other, and the Europeans came with the gunpowder and shit, and they were more powerful, but it was already violent, the whole fucking place. Only Han says, is Lempira common name there too or not? Nah. It would be a stupid fucking ass name, and your kid would get bullied for the rest of eternity if you named him Lempira. It would be a stupid ass name to name him Lempira. Yeah, that guy's gonna get bullied for the rest of his life. I can assure you that. The son of his guy says apparently the Lempira isn't even printed in Honduras. It's printed in Poland. Dude, this is the third world. No third world country prints its own fucking money. Yeah. Okay, let me show you how it looks like the paper. Yeah, so we don't use coins anymore. Yeah, we don't use coins. We mostly use the paper stuff. So this is how lempiras look in Honduras. Let me open the image in another tab. Oh shit, very high resolution image. Okay, I think this one is a high resolution image. Yeah, that is how lempiras look. This is a 20 lempiras. This would be like a bit less than $1, and this would be like $4, $4 US. Physics says Lempira Colorado. Moneda means coin, bro. What did I say? Yeah. Yeah. What did I say? Why are you correcting me? I don't know what I said. Only Hans says, who are those dudes? Okay. You are just baiting me to insult the Honduran national heroes, which I don't give a flying fuck about these fucking guys. So these motherfuckers are the ones that fought against the Spanish, I don't know. What is the conquista? Okay, so Lempira fought against them when they came, and these were the guys that helped Central America become independent from Spain. That was like, I don't know, like 300 years later, 400 years later. I don't know, dude, or 200. Yeah, so these are like the founding fathers of Central America. Yeah, these are the Honduran ones. So Central America was one whole country that got independence from Spain. So these are the Honduran founding fathers, but they are not the only ones. We've got founding fathers from El Salvador and Guatemala and Nicaragua. So yeah, these are the Honduran ones. These are the Santa Fe guy says, bro, looks white as fuck. I don't think they were white, dude. They just look fucking white in the fucking paper, but I don't think they were white. Physics says you Google Lempira Moneda. They're dressed like Spaniards, though. Yeah, because they were mestizos already. These are not Native Americans, Native Central Americans. They were already mixed. All of them were already mixed. Physics says the top guy is Don Francisco and the bottom one is Andrew Jackson. Yeah, this motherfucker looks like some Central American type of alien, Andrew Jackson. That is a cancelable offense in Honduras, making fun of those guys. Yeah. Yeah, people see these guys as heroes, and I'm like, yeah, this is just like the founding fathers bullshit. Those guys had slaves, people. Those are not the top dogs, moral kind of guys that we've been taught. So I just see those guys as, yeah, you were just some guys that wanted to go independent from Spain because you wanted that power. Yeah. So I do not admire those people. It's just fucking random to me. Yeah, Physics says Lepirito. What the fuck, dude? Why are you mixing up shit from one country with another country's telenovelas? It doesn't even make sense, dude, what you said right now. So only Hans, answering to your question, those are the founding fathers. It would be the equivalent. They're the same ones from El Salvador, by the way. Yeah. And also Nicaragua, Guatemala, and Costa Rica, I think. Yeah, because it was the same fucking country. But each country ended up keeping the ones that were born there. And yeah, that's how it is. Okay, let's keep going here. This one's gonna be C2, C3, C4. Did I name this one? Okay, no, this one's gonna be... Did I name this one? Okay. C2. Okay, this is wrong. Only Hans says really interesting. Physics says Simon Bolivar. Yeah, these are the Simon Bolivars of Central America. Yeah. Only Hans says really interesting. It is interesting because it was a fucking mess. That's why I'm like, I don't know if these are my heroes or just the heroes of the people of that time. It was a shit show, Central America. One country betraying the other, one country going independent and betraying the other, going with Mexico, and the other one trying to go with the Spanish people, and it was a fucking mess. Yeah, so I don't know if I would call those guys my heroes, because Central America and Mexico, they went independent at the same time from Spain, and it was a fucking power struggle and yeah, total shit show. Like the biggest national hero from Honduras is called Francisco Morazan, which is also a big national hero in El Salvador, and he liked El Salvador more than Honduras, so he is buried in El Salvador, but he was betrayed in Costa Rica, and they killed him in Costa Rica with what is this thing? How do you say this in English? Yeah, let me see. He was executed by firing squad in Costa Rica. So the biggest Honduran national hero ended up being buried in El Salvador, but was betrayed in Costa Rica and was shot in Costa Rica. So see, the story of the whole fucking place is a fucking mess. Physics says, fighting over maíz and tortillas. Don Francisco, I told you. The sound effect guy says, gonna lurk and game for a bit before bed. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming. It's been a while. And I was very happy to see you today in the chat. Have a lot of fun. Only Han says, I wonder if he's buried in the same cemetery as my family. Yes, I think it's the same one. Only Hans. Yeah, I think it's the same one. Yeah. Let me go and Google that. Oh, dude, I am not doing shit in Unreal Engine. We're just talking. I should rename this stream to just chatting. Let me see. I think, yes, only Hans. He is buried in Los Ilustres Cemetery. Cementerio de los Ilustres in San Salvador. He liked El Salvador more than Honduras. So he ended up being buried there. But he was betrayed in Costa Rica and killed in Costa Rica. So a fucking mess, the story, right? That's what I was telling you. That's what I do not identify with the whole fucking story. It's not my story. Crasher Hole says, see who's here, my nerdy bro. How are you, Crasher? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it, dude. How is life going, dude? What's up? How is university going? How is the girlfriend going? The development programming, everything going? Only Han says, yeah, that's crazy. I should visit him next time I go. Yeah, he's a big guy. He is like, yeah, he would be like Simón Bolívar in Venezuela and Colombia, or like George Washington type of guy in the US. That would be like the equivalent of the figure of the guy. Basic says El Salvavida in Honduras is not what you think. You should Google what Salvavida is in Honduras. Only Han says he probably had a crazy big grave. I think so. Yeah, let's look for it. I'm gonna Google it. Yeah, fuck it. It seems like I am not gonna log in today. It is what it is. Yeah, he's got a big ass grave. Francisco Morazan in El Salvador. Yeah, important guy. Yeah, so this is how it looks, Only Hans. You must have been close to this grave when you went there, Only Hans. You must have been really, really close to it. Crasher says, what story you guys are talking about? We are just talking about the story of Central America. Yeah. Basic says George Washington. Yeah. Saniac, what's Gucci? How are you, dude? How is life? How is game development going for you? Thank you for coming, dude. Crasher says, if it's something horror, then I'm all on it. No, there's no horror in that story. It's just a fucking shit show. Saniac says, hope your progress is going well, my friend. It is, dude. I've been locked in. That's why I haven't been consistent with streaming, so I appreciate you saying that, dude. How about you? How's your progress going? Only Han says, oh shit, yeah, I was probably right there. Yes, you were probably right there. So, by the way, Only Hans is part of what is this the right word in English? Let me see if this is the right word. Yeah. Yeah, lineage, right? Yeah. Only Hans has a lineage from El Salvador, and her lineage goes back to one of the Salvadorian national heroes, a way more recent one that makes sense, because he fought against a Guatemalan invasion. Yeah, Only Hans, it would be your great-grandfather, right? Or your great-great-grandfather. Yeah, so Only Hans has that lineage. A very interesting story. Saniac says, just got a Lenovo Go, brother. Super happy to upgrade. My current laptop was falling apart. Shit, dude. Did you install Steam OS already? Physics says, what, dude? Who is part of that? What are you talking about? Do you like barbecue? Do you do barbecues often where you live? Olihan says, yeah, I think great-great-grandpa. Yeah, it would be great-great-grandpa. Yeah. So Olihan's great-great-grandpa is a Salvadorian national hero that fought against a Guatemalan invasion. Yeah. So that one makes sense, right? He fought against an invasion. Many of these other national heroes of many countries were just trying to get power for themselves. Yeah, it was mostly like that. Physics says only beef barbecue, no pork. I like beef more than pork. I like pork, but I really like beef more. I eat beef all throughout the week. Sagniak says, no, Windows 11 and my Steam Deck is for my Linux development, so I need one of each. Yeah, exactly, dude. Having a Steam Deck as a development kit is one of the best things that you can do, people, because a Steam Deck, I think it's like the baseline of a modern computer. Not too powerful, but also not too underpowered. So if a game runs on the Steam Deck, it is a good baseline in terms of performance, I would say, in terms of modern gaming. So having a Steam Deck as a development kit is a good idea. I've been working in that these last few days. I was working with the Steam Deck and optimization and shit. Yeah, dude. So are you gonna install the new version of Windows, the one that is gonna be optimized for handheld soon? Physics says Raspberry Pi is a superior gaming console. It is, dude. I've got one. You wanna see my Raspberry Pi? How it looks? Yeah, I got it right here. This is my Raspberry Pi. It's on this case. Check it out. Yeah. Remember which case is this one? So the young kids are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? The older people like me, we clearly know what is this, right? Physics says, nice. Yeah, so I've got the Raspberry Pi on this case. It's been a while since I've used the Raspberry Pi, but you are not wrong. It is a good gaming console. Yeah, the Super Nintendo. Yeah, many kids are just gonna be like, what the fuck is that case? Have you run emulators on your Raspberry Pi? Physics? Sagniak says, now I want to keep my Lenovo as a business PC with light gaming, so loading up the desktop is optimal for me. Oh, so you're not gonna install that one, right? It's gonna be like your development rig, right? Okay, give me a sec here. Oh shit, the internet is shit. I hadn't realized that I've had a lot of drop frames today. So I am very sorry if my image seems choppy from time to time. Physics says, no, I just turned them into surveillance cameras. Dude, it is a good gaming console, dude. If you install the right system, what was the name of this system, dude? The one for emulation in the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, Raspberry Pi emulation OS RetroPie. Yeah, I remember installing RetroPie. It's really good, dude. If you install RetroPie on the Raspberry Pi, it becomes a cool console, dude. Yeah, this is optimized to be controlled with just a controller, no keyboard input, no mouse input or anything. It is optimized for just hooking up the controller and working as a retro system that emulates. I would say at this point it would emulate. I don't know up until which console, like the latest Raspberry Pi, which is way more powerful than the one that I have. Yeah, that's the good thing about the Raspberry Pi, right? You can turn it into whatever you want. Okay, let me rename this. This one is C2. Let me find this one. Okay, this one's gonna be C3. Okay, I'm gonna make progress. A very bad progress. Yeah, I think I am rusty today on working and reading chat. Yeah, it's not easy today for me because I have not been consistent with streaming, so you lose the touch of doing two things at the same time. Basic says next live stream live coding using only a Super Nintendo Entertainment System controller. Dude, Grimeshine, are you there? Grimeshine made games with his PlayStation controller. Yeah, a newer version, right? But just with the controller. I've seen the games that this guy was doing with a controller, dude. Yeah, I know it's a joke, but it is possible to make games only with a controller with no keyboard or mouse. Okay, this one's gonna be C4. Okay. Okay, there it is. Yeah, this one, C5. Ramshan says, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I was just telling Physics, because Physics was joking about making games with only a game controller. And I was just telling him that it may sound like a joke, but you were really doing it, right? Yeah, Physics says, I used to make games with wires, resistors, and LEDs. Which type of games, dude? Yeah, that is crazy. Crimson says, yeah, I made it on Dreams for a PS4. That's what got me into game dev. I remember, dude. I've seen these games, people, like for real. I've seen the videos and stuff. The guy was doing really, really complex shit that I don't know how the fuck you were doing it, dude, or how did you have the patience to do it with a game controller. Sagniak says, I want to use the touchscreen in Blender and mess around with meshes. Turn things around like with the fingers. That's what you're thinking. Physics says physical arcade games. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, so you were. That's crazy, dude. How long ago was this? That sounds like a long time ago. Like a really retro way of doing games, right? Okay, this one's gonna be C4, C5. Let me rename this one. Okay, let me find. This one is C5, C6. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the boring part of today. I think this is gonna take me the whole stream, but it is what it is. Sagniak says, nah, more like drawing details and stuff with a stylus pen. Yeah. On the Lenovo, are you talking? Are you saying? How big is the screen of the Lenovo? Grimson says it used the accelerometer, so basically it was like a 3D cursor. Honestly, it was nicer than using a mouse. That's interesting, dude. Ah, shit. Yeah, so I'm just imagining how you moved it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Have you thought about working in that way? Is it possible to do it on Windows? Sagniak says, yes, it's a 2K screen. Oh, so which one are you talking about? Could you like send the link of the exact model so I can check it out? 2K screen? Yeah, which one is this one, dude? Okay, let me rename this one. C6, C7. Yeah. Okay, there it is. 8. 8. Sagnick says, talking about the C1 Extreme, few years old now. Oh yeah, dude, I didn't know it had a 2K stream, like a screen on that one. Ramchin says, no, I don't think so. The UI was also dialed in to be used with a controller, so it wouldn't be the same experience on Windows, right? Working with a controller. Yeah, Physics says NBA 2K screen. Yeah, it would be that one, dude. NBA 2K screen. Indeed. Do people play NBA games? The basketball games? I have never played one of those games. Yeah, the last basketball video game that I played in my life was um in the Nintendo 64. Yeah, so a long time ago. In an emulator, by the way. Okay, this is gonna be C9. Okay, so let's make sure that things are correct. The naming of this shit, because if not, then it's gonna be a mess. Basic says NBA 2K is free this month on PS5. With the subscription, right? The online subscription. Physics says it's the same game every year, so it gets boring, just like FIFA. Just like FIFA. I know FIFA people are gonna fucking hate me because of saying this, but just like FIFA. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it is what it is, right? People just like the name of, like the change of year and name, and seeing like one of the players is now on a new team and shit, and yeah. But those games mostly end up being the same game every year. But people do not get bored, nonetheless, dude. I think it's boring for you, but for most people, I would say no, dude. Most people do not get bored with those games. Okay, this one's gonna be A1. This one should be A2. Yeah. Okay, I think we are cool. So 2 rows to go. Okay, let me find this one. This one would be the one. The success, but people still buy them and they make billions. Yeah, people do not get bored of these games. All of these sports games, there's technology happening each year, right, and stuff, but mostly the gameplay experience, it is the fucking same one, dude. Segnex says, I am happy not to be a fan of sports. I would be broke all the time. Because of the video games, you would be buying the video games. Yeah, I am a fan of sports, dude, but I do not buy sports video games. I enjoyed those when I was younger. I do not enjoy those anymore. Yeah, I am not hating them. It's just not my thing anymore. Okay, this one, this is gonna be D2. Yeah. Yeah, okay, now I am clear. I do not need the guide, I think. Okay, this one. 3. Okay, D4. Signac says games, cards, and jerseys would make me broke. Yeah, dude, you are not wrong. And that is for everywhere, dude. Not only the US. Even here in these countries in which many people don't make as much money as in the US, people are spending a lot of money on sports betting, and also on jerseys, cards, and stuff like that. Physics says the game LinkedIn Queens is the hottest game this year. It's the next Wordle. I don't know how the fuck that happened, dude. I fucking hate LinkedIn. How the fuck did a video game get viral on LinkedIn? I do not know. I have a LinkedIn. Don't get me wrong. I understand its usability. But holy shit, I fucking hate the social aspect of it. For me, it's just so crazy, dude. So foreign. Knowing that a game went viral on LinkedIn. So Slow says, not gonna lie, I might go back to Insanic. You should go back to Insanic, dude. Finish your game. So Slow says, nah, have you seen Angled? Physics says, I just use it for the game. Yeah, dude. That is a good way of using LinkedIn. Fuck LinkedIn. I'm sorry if someone loves LinkedIn here. That is a fake ass type of social media. Yeah, everybody's just bragging bullshit there. I do not like LinkedIn. Yeah, for gaming, it's a good way of using it, Physics, right? For a good game that is addictive and stuff. Would you say it is really, really addictive, Physics? Or is it like Wordle, where the gameplay loop, it's a short one, but you keep coming back every day? Okay, this one would be D3, D4. Let me find that one. Yeah, okay. Physics says, LinkedIn fanboys, where you at? If they are here, I'm gonna cook them. Who loves LinkedIn here? If you love LinkedIn, let me know so I can cook you. So Slow says, Nerdy, can you send me a link so I can show physics angled? So Slow, the links are enabled now on the chat, so just send it. Don't worry. Links are enabled. Physics says, I found a website that has all the past puzzles. So I've done like 160 puzzles in the last week. In that game, the LinkedIn one, not in Wordle. Are you talking about that one? What is angle? Sounds like... What is this, dude? Okay, this is angle. The one that So Slow sent. This is better than Wordle. So I have to guess the angle of this. I don't know, dude. Okay, people, help me out here. Can you see it on the screen? Yeah, help me here. Okay, yeah. How does this one work, dude? I suck at okay. Physics says 66. Guess. What? It was 66? Like for real? What? It was 66. Physics. It says it really was 66. So Slow says looks close to 90. How come it was 66? So Slow says, bro, don't tell him. Dude, I don't know how the fuck do angles work and shit. I don't know how that was 66. Sagnac says, math for fun. Yeah, I suck at math. So I'm just gonna remove that shit from the screen because it's gonna make me look more stupid than I am, dude. So if you wanna play the game, there it is in the chat. I am pretty fucking sure I would suck at that game. Okay, this one's gonna be D1, D2, D3, D4. That one is correct. And this one's gonna be D5. Let me find. Okay, this one's gonna be D5. Physics says it's a binary search game. Yeah, anything that sounds mathematical, dude, I just suck at it, dude. Even if I'm making a game and I use math in all of this, I never work in any type of math on a stream because I am that fucking slow, dude. I am really, really slow with any math logic. So I am not gonna go and play that game on the stream. I would just look more stupid than I am. I had already D5. Is this correct, dude? Is this fucking wrong? Okay, let me see. D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. Yeah, we're going to D6, right? Okay, let me see. Physics says to So Slow. It's easy. Just look at the angle and you can tell first try. What? What? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. You are a math whiz. That's why you can say that. But the rest of us, it's just some bullshit that we do not understand, dude. I can assure you that. Sagnac says, yeah, no, I am skipping that one, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? This is a safe for work stream, dude. Grimeshane says to me, why did you decide to redesign the shape of the puzzle buttons? Because I am gonna go another way, dude. Good question, dude. I know it doesn't make fucking sense right now because I haven't finished this and I've been procrastinating because I've been going back and forth between different systems on the game. But I'm gonna change the logic of the puzzles. I'm not gonna use math anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna go with another logic. I'm gonna copy some ideas from The Witness. Did you play The Witness? The Witness was the inspiration for me thinking about puzzles and thinking about doing things in a way, like creating a way to finish something, right? But I thought it was too fucking complex to do it in the way of the witness. But then I thought it seems like it isn't fucking clicking the math thing. So I am discarding these buttons are not gonna have these numbers. I am discarding these textures. So the logic behind the puzzles is gonna be different. That's why I changed the sizing of everything. Physics says, "No, I played when he sent the link and I lost. Then it gave me the answer." Oh shit, that's how you figure it out. But I suppose you are also good in math. Zegniak says, "Almost got him." Yeah, no, shut up, dude. Grimes says, "No, you haven't played The Witness." The Witness is this one, dude. But you know which one is The Witness? I really, really like that game, dude. Yeah. So I am gonna use some logic. Not the exact same logic, because this one is way more complex. But some of the logic of this type of puzzles, I am gonna use it for the puzzles I am rebuilding. Segniak says, Bloody Spell has good chess puzzles. Let me see. Physics says, the creator of The Witness is a complete jerk. I know, dude. You asked a question one time on his live stream about a new programming language and he started calling me retarded and other things. I know. He's a fucking asshole, dude. It is what it is. Yeah, Jonathan Blow. I know who he is, dude. And I know how much of an asshole he is, but I fucking like the game, dude. Yeah. I am not gonna lie, dude. He is one of my influences to start making games. Because I watched this movie. It is so crazy to me that many people haven't watched this movie. Yeah, Indie Game, the movie. Even a lot of indie game developers. So there was this movie, Indie Game, the movie, which was the inspiration for many people. For me, if I have to answer to the question, how did you ended up making games? What inspired you to make games? It was this movie. So all of the guys in the movie, as much of an assholes as some of them may be, they are influences for me to start making games, because it was a really good movie. I liked their stories. I identified myself with many of their struggles and stuff. So yeah, it would be natural for me to take influence from a couple of these guys and a couple of their games. And The Witness is one of those games. Physics says, I saw the movie. I reported Jonathan to the police. Still have an investigation pending. I don't think the police is taking it seriously. What? You reported him to the police because he called you retarded? So Slow says, I'm a lurk for now, but I'm going to be right back. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, he is a jerk, dude. I am not going to argue with that. But I like his work. Many people are like this. Yeah, they are total jerks and assholes. Nonetheless, I do not underestimate them as creators, right? Because we are in that part of like a social dynamics in which just because you don't like a person, their personality or their politics or anything, people start discarding their ideas or their accomplishments. And Jonathan Blow is one of those people. He's an asshole. He's not a nice person. Good fucking game developer nonetheless. Physics says, I did report his channel after that though. He didn't get banned, dude. I can assure you that he didn't get banned, and you were not the first person that he called retarded. Physics says, yeah, but I'm not gonna buy his game and give him money. It is what it is, dude. This is like... I don't know, dude. I don't know. I am not gonna justify the guy. I do not idolize him as a person. I admire him as a programmer, as a game developer. And because of the movie, he was an influence to me. Segniak says, gotta love the honesty. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it doesn't. I know people fucking hate the guy. I know people hate the guy because he's an asshole, dude. But his offensive honesty doesn't, yeah, at least to me, it doesn't offend me. I understand he's an asshole, so I do not put him on a pedestal because I understand he may be a shitty person. So I separate the shitty person from the creator, from the programmer. So it doesn't bother me to watch the guy on an interview or on a video or on a stream and shit. But I do understand, and I'm not gonna justify him from being an asshole. And it really sounds like Jonathan Blow calling you a retarded on a stream. That sounds like Jonathan Blow. Physics says he's not that good of a programmer either ways. His games are just tic-tac-toe with nicer graphics. Yeah, dude, you didn't play The Witness. It really shows you didn't play The Witness. Yeah, that is a very simplistic way of... You don't like the guy, dude. So because you don't like the guy, you're not gonna see anything good in whatever he makes. I understand when people don't like a person. So yeah, I totally get it, dude. He's not a nice guy. Segniak says, I'd rather be an asshole and honest than a snake and a liar. Not necessarily, dude. You don't have to be an asshole to other people. Just not even if you're good or you have accomplished big things in life. That doesn't give you the permission to be an asshole to other people, and I do not justify this type of people being assholes. Yeah, I do not justify them. But I can separate an asshole from their creation. Physics says I played The Witness and Braid. I also played both of them, dude, and I do not think they are tic-tac-toe. There is complexity to these games. I could just say, oh, Spaceman Memories is just some pixel art character and some fucking turn-based battles. This is just 3D Pokemon. We can simplify anything we want, right? I could say the same thing about Call of Duty. Isn't this the same shit as fucking Doom from 1994? Just some motherfucker moving around and shooting shit? We can oversimplify anything, dude, if we want, right? And I know the guy is an asshole, but I wouldn't oversimplify his work. He has emotional issues. He may have them, dude. As many of these people that have done interesting things have them. Physics says I was gonna say 3D Pokemon. Yeah, dude. I could oversimplify my game and say this is just some fucking copy of Pokemon and Earthbound on 3D made with Unreal Engine. This is just some fucking bullshit. Spaceman Memories and shit. We could oversimplify anything, dude. Yeah, I could just say Star Wars is just some bullshit about a soap opera in fucking space. If I hated George Lucas, I do not hate George Lucas. I fucking love Star Wars. But that's what I'm saying. I can separate the person from their creation, even if some of them are assholes. Technic says sometimes it's just for fun, but there is a difference in who and why you are rude to. Don't be a snob or look down on others, but if I'm honest and someone calls me out, that's different. Yeah, I do think Jonathan Blow looks down on other people. Yeah, I am not justifying the guy, dude. I am not justifying the guy. I was just telling Physics, and this started, the conversation started because Grimeshine asked me, what am I doing and why am I rebuilding the puzzles? And I was explaining to him that I am taking influence from The Witness. That's what I'm gonna rebuild many things around that because I really like that system. I really like that system. Physics says I'm joking. I always try to be nice to people. Me too, dude. Me too, exactly. You have never come here in any of these streams and you have seen me looking down on anyone, treating anyone in a bad way or being offensive or anything, right? Because that is not me. And I wouldn't justify someone being an asshole. I'm just saying that I like Jonathan Blow's work and he doesn't bother me as much of an asshole as he may be, but I do not justify his personality. Segnick says, so what's good with your puzzles? What you gonna try to do? This top-down 3D tic-tac-toe. Like physics was saying. Yeah, I'm gonna do something like that. Physics says you were offensive to Lempira. That's unforgivable. But that motherfucker has been dead for 400 years, dude. So it doesn't fucking matter. He's been dead for a good while now. So I think I can get away with that one, dude. Okay, let me see this one. What's the name of this one? D6. This one's gonna be D7. Yeah, okay, yeah. Name this one. This one's gonna be D7. So Grime Chain, I hope after all of this, I hope that I answered your question, Grime Chain. Only Hans laughing. Yeah, dude. Fuck Lempira only Hans. The motherfucker's been dead for 400 years. I don't give a fuck about the guy anymore. Yeah. And yeah, our coin is fucked next to the dollar. So it's not even that fun. What he ended up being named at after some shitty ass coin that isn't worth shit. Sagniak says, as long as it's not context puzzle, those are the words like a specific pin or word. Could you give me an example of this type of puzzle, dude? Okay, let me see. This one's gonna be the 8 and finally the 9. Yo, Crime Shine, only hand. Did you finish the soup? The Vietnamese soup? How was the soup? You should have sent pictures of the fucking soup. Yeah, I would really like to have a Vietnamese soup right now. Okay, this one's gonna be D9 and final row, I suppose. Nah, we've got half of another one here. Okay, so this one should be E. Let me see the reference. Yeah, E1, E2, E3, E4. Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so let's continue here. This one, let's rename it. Oh, the fuck happened, dude? I fucking hate that Unreal Engine blueprint editor doesn't let you order fucking components in alphabetical order. Holy fucking shit, dude. That is some basic shit that should work and it doesn't. Onlyhan says, yeah, Dom loved his soup. You had stir fry. It was delicious. We both have leftovers. The portions are huge. Oh shit. Why do you have leftovers? There shouldn't be leftovers. There's never leftovers in my life. That word doesn't exist in my life. Sagniak says, say for example, you have to know the pin code or secret word, but if it's a pattern or moving parts, I like those. Yeah, so this one's the previous version of these puzzles where you could find out the answer without knowing something from somewhere else. No code behind it. It was just math, basic math. But yeah, I'm gonna go with another system. Sagniak says, dude, that sucks. I need alphabetical to organize. Yes. Inside the blueprint editor, that fucking sucks. Only Hans, I could never eat all that. I love leftovers. Free lunch for tomorrow. I'm always like, how do people that leave leftovers live with themselves? If I know that I have half a piece of a hamburger on the kitchen and I put it on the fridge, I'm just gonna fucking wake up in the middle of the night and go and eat the hamburger. I am not gonna leave that shit for the next day. Never. That never happens to me. Sagniak says, I grew up on leftovers. Really? Physics says, this is a link to the past in 3D. Exactly, dude. I could say that about anything. And at the end of the day, everything is a remix. There was this documentary a while ago called Everything is a Remix. Because at the end of the day, all human creativity comes from some type of influence. And you can oversimplify it and say that it's a shitty fact. Or you can recognize that that's just how creativity is. Sagniak says you gotta survive sometimes. On the leftovers, dude? Yeah. No, I didn't grow up on leftovers because I I never left anything for the next day, dude. I'm the type of guy that even if I explode, I'm gonna eat everything on the same day that it was cooked. I gotta eat it, dude. Even if I'm full or almost to the point of exploding, I am just gonna keep eating, dude. Physics says the first caveman was the only creative one. Exactly, dude. Just that guy. The rest of people after that guy, we all come from that guy, dude. The one that painted on those caves. Okay, this one's gonna be E2. This one E3. Shit, E3 doesn't exist anymore, right? Yeah, you remember E3, people? Saying access. Well, out here the portions are crazy large sometimes. That is not a problem to me, dude. Crazy portions are not a problem to me, dude. I may be small, I may look small, but you are underestimating how much of a pig I am with food, dude. Yeah, I don't have an issue with big portions. I'm just gonna eat everything on the same day. Physics says Spaceman Memories is just Dance Revolution with a Japanese theme. Exactly, dude. This is just some fucking remix of Just Dance. Who played Just Dance, by the way? I have played Just Dance. Who has played Just Dance? Technic says I also used to work out more, so more of a meal prep thing. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, let me see. Of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one's gonna be E4. I keep forgetting the number, which is the next one, because I keep reading the chat. Yeah, I am rusty on streaming. It's hard for me right now to lock in and keep up with the chat. Yeah, you become better at this process of reading chat, keep going the conversation and working at the same time. I am very rusty on that because I've just been working and not streaming. So bear with me, people, if I am very, very slow today at working. Segniak says, dude, you should do the food challenges then. Sounds like you got an endless gut. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I could do one of those food challenges. I am that much of a pig, dude. I can assure you that. Okay, E4. E4, E5, E6. E6. Okay, there it is. 7. My back fucking hurts today. I've been working, even if I don't stream, I've been working on the game, and yeah, in a non-healthy way for my back. I gotta start doing some kind of yoga type of shit for these next 3 months, so I do not fuck up my back. Okay, so this one was E7. This is gonna be E8. Click it on Real Engine. E8 and finally E9. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, E9 and finally final row. Yeah, let me check out the map. Yeah, it's just 4 of these: F2, F4, F6, and F2. It's multiples of 2. Then, because it's a different type of row that doesn't start on 1. Physics says the graphics remind me of E.T. on Atari. A lot of people hated that game, right? I remember. Did you see the documentary of that game? Yeah, you know the story of that game also, right? I think most people know the story of this game, right? But a lot of people like that game nonetheless, even as many people found it a shitty game. Okay, this one is F2, F4, F6, and F8. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. F6, I think it was, right? And finally F8. Okay, so we finished the first part of this tedious process. Now I gotta rename other shit. Like the buttons, this is just the frames. Now I have to rename the buttons and the colliders. Yeah, I told you this was gonna be boring. Physics says F8. Bingo. Yeah, is this F8 from the keyboard? Some computers you have to press F8 to go into the BIOS. Yeah, okay, this one's gonna be F8. Do you know, Physics and everyone else watching, that we've got a different type of bingo in Latin America? We do not play the same. We also play the same type of bingo like in the US, right? The one with the numbers. But we also have another type of bingo. Yeah, have you seen that one? Did you know about that? Maybe Physics has seen this one because you grew up in Florida with Latin American heritage, right? Maybe. I think this one comes from Mexico. Yeah, let me Google it. This is the one I grew up playing with. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the bingo I grew up playing with. It wasn't with numbers. It was with some fucking crazy ass figures, dude. Only Hans says Loteria. Yes. Did you play Loteria, dude? What? Did you know what Loteria was? Did this exist in the US also? Was it also called Loteria? Shit. Yeah. I grew up with this one. Segnek says, so the one with the coins and pictures. Yeah, this is the bingo on my mind. This is the one I grew up with. Yeah, the Loteria. Segnek says, played it a few times. This is the Latin American bingo. I suppose this is from Mexico, but it spread to the other countries. Physics says that's like the one they use for little kids who don't know their numbers. Nah, dude, you're just talking shit. This is a fun game, dude, and it's got interesting figures. This is not for small kids, dude. I can show you why. Yeah, open image in GitHub. We've got some crazy shit here, dude. We've got the drunk guy. Yeah. I don't know. This was a weird fucking game, dude. Where did these figures come from? Only Hans, how did you know Loteria? Had you seen this before? Did you play it? Segnek says it's a drinking game. It could be a drinking game, dude. But also, kids play it also. Yeah. A lot of crazy figures on this game. Let me open up this image. Check this out. This one, no, it doesn't let me open like the high resolution version of it. Let me see. Yeah, La Muerte. Check it out. The death. Death appears on this one. Oh, shit. This is a racist fucking game. It had this guy called El Negrito, which was a black guy. Yeah. It's an old game. It's an old game. I didn't remember this guy. Only has, yes, yeah, I don't know how I first learned of it, but my Mexican students have brought it to class. Yes, this is from Mexico, and it spread to the rest of Latin America from Mexico. So this is the bingo I grew up with playing. Saying that says you use pennies or beans, right? Yeah, you can use anything you want. Physics says they had LeBron on that one. I don't know, dude, if it looks like LeBron James, but it could be. I would say he looks more like Jamie Foxx type of guy, something like that, dude. Yeah, but that is the bingo I grew up playing with. Yeah, different kind of thing. Crazy shit, Only Hands, that you knew about Loteria. I didn't expect you to know that one, but it makes sense that your Mexican students showed you Loteria. Segnek says frijoles, yeah. Yeah, you could play with beans or buttons or coins, whichever shit. But this was the bingo I grew up playing with. Okay, I am getting bad allergies right now, so I'm very sorry. If you hear my stuffy nose, that is just my allergies. Okay, so we've got the naming of all of this shit. See how much of a fucking mess this becomes without the alphabetical order. Physics says, bro, I heard LeBron was part of the Diddy parties. I also heard of that one, dude. And I think it's true. Yeah, A lot of people were part of those parties, dude. Yeah, like LeBron, dude, or Tom Brady. Those guys were going to parties with Diddy. What makes you think they weren't going to those private parties? Yeah. I don't know, dude. These famous fucking people are fucking weird. I also heard about that, physics. Yeah, everybody was friends with the guy, and everybody bragged that they went to the guy's parties before we knew what the guy parties were. And then everyone was like, I didn't know the guy. I just met him one time in the Oscars. He wasn't my friend. And I was like, dude, I just saw you in the pictures on his fucking house. Do not deny this shit. Many people went to those, dude. Yeah, that... I suppose, yeah. It must be true for many of these famous weird fucking people. Saying access gente desagradable. They are, dude. Hollywood is fucking gente desagradable indeed. That is the best way of calling them. Not all of them, right? There's decent people in Hollywood also, but a lot of them, they are, dude. They really, really are. Okay, we've got the name in, correct. Physics says, dude, there's a picture of him in maid outfit at the party. I haven't seen that picture, dude. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Physics says, I'll send it to you via Discord. I am not gonna watch it here on the stream, dude. Even if you send it. I can assure you that. Segniak says, most of them. Yeah. I don't want to say all of them, dude, because there must be decent people, dude. Hard-working people, right? Even in Hollywood and stuff. So I'm just not gonna call all of them crazy people, but a lot of them they are. Physics says check Discord. No, I am not gonna check Discord right now. Don't show it if you think it's not appropriate, says Physics. And I do think it is not appropriate. I do think it's not appropriate. I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna open. That is some controversial type of shit. I don't know if it's AI, like Segnac says, but it wouldn't surprise me if many of these crazy people did go to those parties. Okay, let's continue here. I am gonna duplicate this one. This one's gonna go to this one. Okay. Let me see. How was I gonna do this? Physics says, can I post it in the general chat? Dude, I saw it. I saw it on the direct message. No, don't post it. Nobody wants to see it. This is some crazy ass shit. Segnick says, hey, I can make crazy photos. But you never know these days. Yeah, with these Hollywood people, you never know, dude. You never know. I wouldn't discard it. So Slow says, all right, I'm back. Thank you, dude. Thank you for coming back. Physics says, okay, I walked. Yeah, nobody wants to see LeBron James on that outfit, dude. I can assure you, no one's gonna find that inspiring. Even if it's fake or not. I really don't care. So Slow, what were you doing? Okay, let me see this one. Let me duplicate that one. This put on A4. Oh yeah, it does. Rename it to the right shit. Let me move it to that frame. Where's that frame? Yeah. Yeah, let me find it. Frame A4. Yeah, okay, there it is. So this gives me, I can move it there, right? Why don't you let me move this, dude? It is locked, no? Rotation. 0. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that's the right one. So Flo says, what's the thong? I was cooking. What were you cooking? Segnac says, I'm gonna hate how easy I could get scammed when old. You don't have to be old anymore, dude, to get scammed. A lot of this AI shit looks really real, dude. Saynex says AI bots and scammer armies in the future gonna need anti-block. Not in the future, dude. This is already real, dude. And even if you are knowledgeable with computers, you still could fall for many of the scams that are already happening. You don't have to be old. I can assure you that. So Slow says you were cooking empanadas. Shit, dude. Good shit. Where did you learn to make empanadas, dude? That is crazy. I didn't know you had that type of game in you, dude. I wasn't familiar with your game. Have you seen that meme? So right now that meme is you. I wasn't familiar with your game, So Slow. Okay, let me... This one's gonna be A6. Yeah. Okay, A5 and A6, yeah. And then move this one to here. And you're on that one. Okay. Yeah. So Slow, online you learn to make empanadas. Good shit, dude. Empanadas are good. Saniac says, did you see that dude who made AI grandmas and grandpas to waste scammers' time? I didn't see that. Yeah, dude, that sounds very Black Mirror-ish. We are living in a crazy fucking world, dude. Indeed. Yeah. That is very Inception-like. Saniac says, Kid Boga made tons of them. Who's Kid Boga, dude? I don't know who this guy is. Okay, what is this? Did I rename this one? No, right? So this one should be A7. It's not gonna let me, right? Yeah. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so A7. This one would be 8-7, A8. Yeah. Okay, there it is, and let's move it to A8. Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is going well. So now it lets me rename this one to A7, which is the correct. No, no, this is not it. No. No, let me find it. Where the fuck is that one, dude? Where is it? Yeah, frame A7. This one's gonna be A7. Only Hans says me and Dom are gonna go watch the indie game movie now. What? You hadn't seen the movie? Both of you? Good fucking movie, dude. Good fucking movie. Go and watch it. Where did you find it, Only Hans, by the way? I got it. If I could give you my account in Vimeo, because I bought it. It includes some other stuff if Dums wants to. Yeah, I could send you the info right now, so you could access the account to watch the movie. Or if it's available in one of your streaming services, just let me know. So Flo says, did you see the Google View clips? Yeah, dude. I have seen those. That's what I was telling to Saniac, that we do not have to be old to fall for many of these things. Yeah, we are at that point in history. Indie Game Dev movie, good fucking movie, inspiring shit, nerve-wracking shit, because it really shows the struggle of being a game developer. You could lose your mind in this shit, but it can inspire you. It's on Netflix. Oh, that is cool. It is not in Netflix in Latin America. Yeah, that is interesting. The catalog of movies in Latin America and Netflix and the US, it's different. Yeah, so Only Hans, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Enjoy the movie, You and Grimeshine. It's a fun one. A very deep movie. You can really see the process of making games. It is a dirty process. Can make you lose your mind, but a rewarding one nonetheless. So Slow says, back to lurking. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. So Only Hans, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Made me really happy to see you and Grimeshine here. Enjoy the movie. Okay, this one is put on A7. This one is A8, right? Yeah, that is correct. And we've got put on A9. Okay, awesome. So if I duplicate this one, no, it's gonna rename it A. Only Hans says, yeah, that's interesting. Thanks, we're excited to watch it. Thanks for recommending. Talk to you soon. Thank you, my friend. Sending you hugs to both of you. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Okay, if I duplicate this one, yeah, it's just gonna fucking rename it A10. A9. Oh, what the fuck is this A9? That shouldn't be A9. The previous one should be A9. Okay, so this one doesn't have the right name. Yeah, this one should be A9. Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay. So if I duplicate this one, yes, A10. So this one's gonna be B2. Yeah. So B2 is gonna go with it here. Change it to this frame. And what do we change here? That, yeah. Okay, so I just gotta change the location here in the details panel, and it's gonna align to the frame. That is really cool. Let me save this shit before anything bad happens. I am gonna save all of this progress. Dude, my back hurts. What time is it? Not even 2 hours. I am rusty in streaming. Yeah. I had been trying to figure out some shit earlier, all of today. How to set up some settings for some specific builds for the Steam Deck and shit, and that was a headache, dude. But I figured it out. At the end, I figured it out. So I am happy that I was able to figure that out. Yeah, so maybe that is why my back hurts. Yeah, it's not because of the stream, it's because of that. Okay, so let me duplicate this one. So is this the right naming? No, this one should be put on B3. Right, yeah. So if I duplicate this one, that one is B4. Let's change this one, change it like the frame. There it is. Change these details there. Okay. What is this one? Put on B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. This one's gonna be B5. Okay, I can go renaming a couple of these buttons. Yeah. Okay. This one, B4. This one should be B5. And this one is button frame B6. If I duplicate this one should be B6. Yeah. Okay, that is cool. Let me move this one there. Awesome. Let's change the details. Oh shit. Ah, yeah. Yeah, the rotation of this one has to be 0 and 0 on this one, or 0 here. Ah, yeah, there it is. Saniac says, all right, dude, gotta go fix some bugs. Catch you later, Holmes. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Totally understand it, dude. That's the life, right? Squashing bugs every day. That's how it is. Yeah, I hope all goes well, my friend. Good luck. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Okay, this one is B6. Where the fuck is this one, dude? Why doesn't it... Where are you, dude? Okay. I cannot... Why doesn't it show me the... Hold on, is it inside one of these ones? It should highlight the thing. What's happening, dude? Where is that one? Yeah, I cannot see it. Okay, here it is. Yeah, if it's closed, oh yeah, it doesn't highlight it. Okay, this one's gonna be B7. So if I duplicate this one, B8 and B9. Okay, awesome. Let's change this one to B8. Change the frame on that one. And change that to 0. Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's boring. But when you get the hang of the system, it makes sense. The dots end up connecting. Okay, this one. What is this one? Dude, Unreal, you should fucking highlight. Even if... Why isn't it highlighting the thing? Yeah, I shouldn't have all of this open to be able to see the one that is selected. Yeah, this sucks. I love Unreal Engine, but one thing that I do not fucking like is the components outliner inside the blueprint editor. Yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't work as it should. Where if what the fuck, dude? Where are you? Where is that button, dude? Okay, let me see. Okay, this one is C1. Yeah. Oh, that one's got a collision. Okay, I'm gonna rename collisions later. If this one's gonna be button C1. Yeah, frame C2. Yeah. Okay, let's. I duplicate this one. This one's gonna be B10. Should be C2. I change this one to C2. Change the frame there. Change that. Awesome. Yeah. Let's save this. So if you're watching, if you are watching for the first time this stream and you are wondering what I'm working on, I am working on my game Spaceman Memories. It's the one that you can see in the corner of the screen there on the overlay. That's a bit of the trailer, so I would really appreciate it if you added the game to your wish list on Steam and also on Epic Games Store. That's where you can find it. You can find the link there in the chat. A couple minutes ago it was pasted by the pasted by the bot, by the streaming bot, so you can find the link there in the chat if you're wondering what I'm working on. Okay, this one C2. Yeah, this one C3. Let's name this one, duplicate it, C4. Yeah, just like the fucking explosive, C4. Remember that one? Yeah. C4. Okay, let's set this one on 0. Oh, the fuck happened there? Oh, yeah, I didn't press 0, I pressed 9. Yeah, let me name this one. So C1, C2, C3, C4. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. Okay, this is gonna be C5. This one should be C6, right? Yeah, let's duplicate that one. C6. Okay, there it is. Let's set this one to 0. Awesome. So because of the parenting of the components, I just gotta change up some numbers in the transform, in the location, and everything's gonna snap. That is a cool thing about parenting here in the outliner. Okay, this one, what, C6, this one C7, C8. Okay, there it is. Change the frame, center. Awesome. Okay, we're almost there with the buttons, and then we're gonna go with the fucking colliders. Okay, see, I could use the buttons as the triggers, but that that's how I built it before. But it's a bit problematic because the collider ends up overlapping in places that it shouldn't. So that's why I went with smaller colliders inside of the button as the trigger. Yeah, so that's why they ended up being separate. Okay, this one, see, what is this one? Where is that, dude? This fucking happened again, dude. Okay, this one is C9. Okay, there it is. Okay, again. If I duplicate this one's gonna be C10, but I just gotta rename it to D2. Yeah, C10, that is correct. And rename it to D2. R2D2. Okay, this one 0. There it is. And we can continue D2, D3. Awesome. D3, D2, D3. If I duplicate this one, that's on D4. Yeah. Awesome. And 0 on this one. There it is. Okay, we're almost there with the buttons. Fucking that's boring process, right? That's how it is sometimes making games. It's a struggle. There are days in which it is a lot of fun, and there are days in which you just gotta fucking sit down and put in the hours on some boring ass shit. That's how it is. But you just gotta keep doing it every day. Okay, this one is D5. D5. Yeah, that one is correct. The button is correct. I duplicate this one. D6. Yeah. Change that one there. Okay. 67. Duplicate that one. Okay, so where is the frame? Okay. The 8 would go there, right? Yeah. Button frame. No, no, dude. It's this one. Yeah. This one should go to 0. Okay, there it is. Awesome. And what is this one? This one is D9, right? Yeah, button D9. Should I duplicate that one? No. Let's duplicate this one. Okay, so it is so shitty today that I cannot fucking play the music because it fucking seems like it fucks up the audio of the microphone. Crazy as shit by OBS. Not common. First time that it happens. So I'm very sorry that there is no background music today. Okay, let me check out something here. Where is this? Let me see. Okay, there it is. Okay, we are back. Okay, this one is... What fucking row is this one? D? Yeah, D1. So this one should be button D1. Let me see if I rename this one C1. Yeah. No, this one is not correct. But I gotta be careful with that. Okay, B1, B3, that is correct. B5. B7, B8. Yeah. Okay, this one is the one. Oh, what the fuck am I gonna duplicate now? Yeah, let me duplicate this one. This one's gonna duplicate us. D10, right? Yeah. Yeah, D10. That is correct. So this would be E2. Yeah. Let's set 0 on that one. Okay, there it is. Snapped. Okay, so let's continue from here. Okay. That is... Let me see this one. Where is that frame? Okay, E1. Put on 21. No, this one would be E1. Yeah. Let me see. E2. That is correct. Frame E2. Yeah. Okay, let's duplicate that one. E3. No, this one should be E4. Yeah, E4. Yeah, change it here. Where did the button go? Yeah, okay, here. 0 on that one. This one should be E3. Button E3. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay. Almost fucking there, dude. And then the collider, same fucking process. Boring shit, right? But it is what it is. Okay, let me save the blueprint before Unreal Engine crashes and I lose this progress. Okay, what is this one? This one is E4. That is correct. Let me see which one is that one. This one would be E5. E7. And E9. Yeah. Awesome. So I duplicate this one. What are you gonna be, dude? E6. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that is cool. When I duplicate it, it ends up creating the right naming for the next one of the pattern. At least the outliner understands that. Okay, this one is 6. Let's set this one at 0. Yeah, okay. So this one, if it duplicates, E7, E8. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, E8. Let me change the center of that one. Put a frame. Put an E8. And 0 on this one. Yeah. Okay. One row to go. And then the colliders. And then we are set. I'm gonna change the design of all of this. Okay. What the fuck is this? Yeah, let me find the... E1. E1, that is correct. Let me see this one, this frame. Where is that one? E3. Okay, the buttons on the top seems like they have the correct naming already. I don't... Did I did this today or was it before? Yeah, E5. So it seems. Oh yeah, I am fucking stupid, dude. This is just what I just made like 1 minute ago. This is... Yeah, I lost track of which row I was at. Yeah, so I... Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Okay, let me duplicate this one. This one would be E10. Yeah. So this one's gonna be F2. Yeah. F2. Let's change this one like the center. 0 on that one. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm in F, but I'm not starting with F1. I'm starting with F2, F4, F6, and F8. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me... This one's gonna be F4. Yeah. Button, where the fuck is button frame F4? This one should be F4. Oh, yeah. I didn't rename that one. F4. Okay, now I can change the button to this frame. 0 on this one. Yeah, okay, there it is. Did I not rename this frames to the correct naming convention? Where is that one? F6. Nah, that one is correct. It was just that one. I missed that one. At some point I missed it. Okay, let me see. F5. Yeah, this one's gonna be F6. Let's go on this one. Yeah. Same process. Okay, this one's gonna be fucking finally the buttons. Now we're gonna go with the colliders. Same fucking boring process. F8. And let me change this one to center. Awesome. Okay, we've got the buttons working. Let me save that one. What time is it? Okay. How? Yeah. Internet is shit today. I can see a lot of drop frames in OBS. If you're watching, let me know how shitty the image or the audio is. Okay. Let's go with the colliders. I suppose this one should be easier. I suppose. Yeah. Collision. Okay, I'm just gonna go renaming these ones. Okay, this one's gonna be collision E1. Collision. Fucking let me select it, dude. Okay. B1. C1. What is this? This one's gonna be A1. Was this one already named correctly or not? Yeah, A1 is correct. Should I just go renaming the ones that are already set here? Yeah, I should do that. That's gonna save me a bit of time, I suppose. Okay. E3. E5. Yeah, this is easier because I already have the frame and the button with the right naming, so I know in which side of which one I'm at. Nine. Okay, let me just make sure that this one is correct. This one should be okay. The one button collision one, yeah, that one's correct. What about this one? T3, yeah. Okay, button collision. T5. Let me find that one. T7. D9. Up. C Pump, what's up? How are you? Where you been? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. How's life? D9. I'm just working on some boring shit today, dude. Just renaming. You just send me a Discord right now? Okay, let me check it out. Yes. Yes, we're still doing the podcast next week. Yeah, dude, I saved it on my calendar and stuff. Yeah, how are you, dude? It's been a while. No, I had it on my calendar. Yeah, I saw the message. I'm also looking forward to it. How are you? How have you been? How's life? Thank you for coming. How has work been for you? Yeah, thank you, dude. I am sorry, dude, that I didn't give you a response that day. I think I must have been in the middle of some crazy shit. I'm always in some kind of fucking deadline, dude. For some kind of event and sending applications, and I forget, dude. I forget. So I'm very sorry. But no, I did have it on my calendar, that podcast. So don't worry about that one. Popsy Pump says, awesome. I've been busy. I think all of us have been, right? In one way or the other, and we forget shit. Popsy Pump says, yeah, I know how it is for indie devs. Yet, especially when it's a one-man band, right? Dude, it'd be really cool to have an executive assistant. That would be really cool to be managing social media or just deadlines for festivals and stuff, and just concentrate on working on the game, because yeah, it can become overwhelming quickly. So how are you? How is life? How is work? How are you feeling? Are you overwhelmed right now? Are you chilling? Yeah, which of both? Are you taking it in the right way, being so busy? I'm working on some boring stuff today, just renaming assets so I can have things clean to build the system that I'm working on. So yeah, whichever thing you found me today working on, this is boring. But it's needed. I need to work on this. Popsy Pump says a little bit of both. Some repetitive stuff and some new stuff. Me too, dude. Some new stuff on the development of the game and some repetitive stuff like what I'm doing right now. Just duplicating assets, changing the pivot point and changing the name of the asset on the outliner. Yeah, we gotta do both. That's how life is, right? Have you been playing any game, dude? Okay, let me see. A1. Yeah. Put on collision in one. Okay, that one's correct. Okay, so I can continue with this one. Okay, these ones are correct. Popsy Pump says, just finished recording an episode with another dev. How was it? How long did it last? This one. And how was the conversation? Okay, let me find this one. E5. Yeah, that one's correct. Yeah, okay, I think I renamed this ones with the right convention. All of this, even the colliders. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. Yeah, those names are correct. What about this rows? Yeah, I'm just gonna start from the bottom. A3, put on collision A3, that is correct. Okay, so if I duplicate this one, A4, fuck yeah. Okay, so same fucking boring process again. 0 on this one, 0 on this one, and 0 on this one. Yeah. Okay, we are set. Popsy Pump says it was super fun and they were really nice. Oh, that's cool. Also, you say it was a durable and fun platformer game called Tito. It lasted about 1.5 hours, and if it weren't for the podcast, we could have went for like 5 hours. Does this game have a Steam page, dude? I could go and check out the Steam page right now. Yeah. Or do they... I'm just gonna Google it, dude. Yeah. Tito video game. Oh yeah, I found it. It's this one, right? Yeah, it's on Steam. So this was the game that By the way, people, Popsy Pump has a podcast in which he interviews game developers, and he was just talking with the developer. Oh, this looks like a good fucking game, dude. Nice graphics. Yeah, the demo is completely free. Yeah, I am seeing that it has a demo. That's what I'm working on, dude, to release the demo in like 1 month. That is like my plan. In a month, having the demo, release it to public on Steam. And keep updating the demo to the rest of the year to have a nice demo for the Steam Next Fest in October. So yeah, there it is, Tito, in the chat. I just sent it. Add it to your wishlist, people. Dude, this looks like a good fucking game. How many people are part of the team of this game? Which engine do they use also? Nice looking game, dude. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Okay, let me see. 2 people. Holy shit, these are good fucking artists, dude. Did they work on a studio before? They are good artists. I can see the game and it looks neat. Looks like they do have experience. They're actually a couple and their baby actually... Oh shit! These people living the life, dude. These people are living the life. They are actually a couple and their baby actually did the voice acting for the game. It's really adorable family project. What else could you want from life, right? These people already won. Fuck yeah. That sounds like a cool podcast, dude. It makes sense now. What you were telling me, that it could have lasted 5 hours. Shit. Both of them are good developers, dude. Their game looks really cool. Even the baby in the game. What else could you want from life than having your kid being part of your game, right? Yeah, that is like the ultimate flex as a nerd. Good podcast. Good episode, dude. Yeah, Popsy Pump says 3 of them all did voice acting. They won, dude. They already won in life. Yeah. I hope they find success, dude. This sounds like a really cool story. They should make some type of documentary about these people. That sounds like a really cool story to talk about, dude. Even the baby having voice acting on the game. When is this one releasing, dude? Do you edit it? Or do you release it as it is? Popsy Pump says, yeah, I will share the link of the episode with you when I publish it today. Oh, so it goes very quickly, right? You record it, just check it out, do some minor editing, and then release it, right? Okay, let me see. What is this one? Student Collision. Oh, yeah, this one doesn't have the correct naming. This one should be A5. Popsy Pump says, that's the plan. Share it as much as possible. Thank you, dude. Thank you for letting me know. So you don't go and cut things out, right? You leave the conversation organic as it is, right? Popsy Pump says, so that's that more people can find out about your game. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're doing God's work here, dude. Because fucking marketing is hard, dude. Oh shit, marketing is like the biggest headache of making games, dude. Holy shit. Making the game is hard, but marketing the game, that is a headache, dude. It's so fucking hard. So any type of help is just so appreciated. Yeah. So you're doing God's work there, promoting this type of stories about indie game developers from all over the world. Because I do understand how hard marketing is. Popsy Pump says, I know. I think more than 90% of the indie devs I've talked with told me that marketing is the B word. Yeah, it is, dude. Oh, shit, dude. It is. It is the dreaded part of making games. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You could make the best fucking game in the world, and if you release it in the wrong way, a really small amount of people could end up playing it, dude. It is this harsh. That's the reality of things, and it's shitty, but that's just how it is. As shitty as marketing may be, You gotta do that dirty work. It's part of the job. But nobody fucking likes it, dude. Yeah, nobody fucking likes it. It takes so much of the brain power, dude. You could be using a lot of the brain power for the game, not thinking about which reel should I edit today to try to go viral, which fucking short should I edit today, which fucking trend am I gonna find in social media. That is a different kind of job, dude, but you gotta do it as a game developer, and it takes a toll, and it uses a lot of brain power indeed. Okay, let me see this one. Let me find put in collision. Yeah, put in collision A7. Yeah, so these ones do not have the right naming convention. A9. So I suppose these ones do not have it also, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, they do not have it. B3. Yeah, bottom frame B3. Yeah, this one B4. This one would be B5. Let me see this B7. Yeah. Popsy Pump, how is the platform going, by the way? How is that part of your life going besides the podcast? So Popsy Pump works in a big platform. This is like their main job, and I suppose that's the one that's been making you really, really busy, right? Okay, B9. Let me see. Yeah, where is that collider? Yeah, okay. Yeah, trying to grow the community. Oh shit, it's growing communities is so hard, dude. How is that going, dude? Do you work both organic and also pay for ads in some type of way, or how is the strategy? Because it's hard, dude. Growing communities is hard. Just growing a Discord is hard, dude. I cannot imagine growing a community of a social media platform. That is really, really hard, dude. Okay. Which is what Popsy works on, by the way, people. Popsy works on a social media platform about gaming. Okay, button collision C1, that is correct. Button C3, okay. Yeah, C3. Button collision C5. Okay, there it is. Popsy says organic plus some marketing budget, very little, but mostly organically. Yeah, dude. I don't know what to say, dude, because I understand. I work in startups and on other type of non-game development projects, and I fucking know how hard it is to grow a community organically, dude. Hard shit. I've totally been through that, and it's a very slow process, which ends up compounding. That's how it is, but it's really hard. See, Titan, how are you? Thank you for coming, See, Titan. Appreciate it. How is life? How have you been? How is Indonesia in this time of the year? I imagine it's fucking hot, right? Like really, really hot. Okay, let me see. This one's gonna be C9. Okay. Let's save this before anything bad happens. Don't crash on me, really. My fucking hand hurts. Yeah. Yeah, suppose this one we've got the correct naming on that one. A1, button collision A1. Button collision E3. Okay, so this row was correct, it seems. I don't know when I did it, but this is correct. See, Titan says we got colonized. What? Indonesia got colonized by your own politicians right now. What the fuck is happening in Indonesia, dude? What happened? Elaborate, please, on this story. What? I am sorry, dude. If you're in the middle of a shitty political situation, I am very sorry. But understand that you are not the only one. So you are not alone in this struggle. I am also part of that struggle of being fucking kidnapped, colonized by your own fucking politicians, right? Shit, dude. What's happening in Indonesia right now? Okay, E9. That is correct. Okay. We are correct here. Citadel says corrupt are getting away very easily every month. Yeah, welcome to the club. I also live in that. I'm also a member of that club of living in a country where the corrupt people are getting away very easily every month. I'm sorry, dude. It is what it is, right, dude? What can we do? I just keep working on my game. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude, about Indonesia also going through these same kind of struggles. I didn't know you had that type of situations. I just imagine Indonesia as this beautiful tropical place. I hadn't thought about it politically. Okay. Is the government mostly the politicians are they are of Muslim background, dude? Is the government connected to religion in Indonesia also, like in other places, or is it a separate thing? See, Titan says they said they have new job opportunities. They said they lied. Also here, dude. Same fucking thing. Same thing here. Yeah, very. Also, the government in Indonesia is interlaced with religious stuff. Yeah. It's bad, dude, because it gives a bad rep, right, to whichever belief that they connected. And yeah, a couple of countries around the world right now have been doing that. Because, yeah, I do think there should be this connection from religion and government. Because if not, things get mixed up and stuff. And yeah, there is a bit of cross-contamination of beliefs and issues, and I do not think those things get mixed well. Titan says boss are getting silence. I just want to be away from keyboard in my own country. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I am sorry. I didn't know Indonesia was going through a bad time right now in terms of politics. It's so crazy, dude. Each country is going through their own type of shit. I don't even watch the news from my country, dude. It's way too much of a shit show. I would be way too anxious. So I just don't watch any type of news from my country, dude. I know how broken it is. So I do not pay attention to it. So I am very sorry that because I can feel your anxiety, right? Of the situation, and I'm very sorry. I hope it gets better, my friend. See, Titan says, nah, every day same news, it's okay. Yeah, it is what it is, right? We're gonna get rid of corruption in many of these places. I think not, right? We just get on with life. Pop C Pump says, yeah, I hate politics. Me too, dude. Me too. And each country in the world is dealing with their own stupid ass type of stories with politics. It's never a nice thing to talk about. Okay, this one's button collision B1. If I duplicate this one should be B2. Let me see if that happens. Yes. Okay, that is correct. Okay, B2. Let's move it here. 0 on this one, 0 on this one, and 0 on this one. Okay. Let me find bottom frame B2. Okay, yeah. B3 before, yeah. That is correct. That is not wrong. Popsy Pump says we had martial law declared by our ex-president here in Korea. Yeah, I know, dude. I saw those news. A lot of abuse by that guy. See, Titan says, hope doing well there in Korea. I hope so too, dude. But I have seen how much of a shit show it has been lately. Korean politics, South Korean politics. Yeah. It is what it is, right? Yo, Popsy Pump, did you go to the military? Yeah, I know he was impeached. Yeah, and you have a new president now. Yeah, I've been aware of Korean politics. It was big news, dude, throughout the world. I was watching the military going through like the parliament, right, and shit and breaking windows. It was a fucking mess, dude. Popsy Pop says, yes, I did go serve my military duty. Yeah, I know, because in South Korea, every male has to go through it, right? Even if you're famous. I've seen that. Yeah, how was it, dude? Did you enjoy it? Or it's something that you went through just because? Or was it really fucking hard? Which of both? Popsy Pump says even BTS members went. So yes, I've seen the BTS members, players from the Premier League, from playing in Europe, right? Esports players. Everybody has to go. If you're a male, you have to go through the military service in South Korea. Popsy Pump says Faker didn't go. Why? Did he win something? Because if you win some kind of big competition, they give you the opportunity to not go, right? So why did that Faker guy didn't go? I do not know who Faker is. Why didn't Faker go? If you win a gold medal, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, if you win a gold medal, you get exempted in any sports competition. Yeah, Faker did win a gold medal for in a competition. Yeah, so you get exempted, but you gotta win the gold medal, which is fucking hard. So not a lot of people get exempted. Popsipon says, I think one of the Asian Cups for esports or something. Yeah, I know about those laws. Those are the only exceptions of not going through the military service. Okay. But are things more stable right now? Like politically, socially, or does it still feel a bit shaky? Okay, what was I doing? Let me find this button. Yeah. Did I duplicate that one? Yeah, B collision B2. Why is that kind of like fucking shaking, dude? Yeah. Yeah, this is before. Yeah. No, I had already made duplicate, right? Yeah, okay, there it is. Popsy Pump says, but Faker is God, so we'll respect him and don't make too much fuss about him not going to the army. No, I know, dude, and the law says it, right? If the law is like that, it says if you win a gold medal, you don't go to the military service. People understand it's the law. They didn't write it for the guy. It was written before, and he won, so the law is the law. Okay, before, so this one should be B6. It is. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, so that's the good thing about naming the other ones before. So then when you go creating the new one, yeah, it's gonna be with the right naming when you duplicate. Okay, this next one should be B7. Well, no, B7, B8. Now, why the fuck did it became B10? Yeah. Yeah, nah, this one should be B8. Oh no, yeah, nah, this is the button. I am fucking stupid. Yeah, no, it's correct. It's correct. Yeah, I was duplicating the button, not the collider. Okay, so B8. Yeah, that one's correct. Okay, getting back to chat, people. Give me just a sec here. Okay. See, Titan says, I don't know if I'm grateful for living in my own country. I think one just has to deal with it wherever you are born, right? Even if it's not the best country, there are some exceptions to this thing that I am saying. There are really shitty places right now to live in, right? But if you are not in the middle of a war-torn country, I think, yeah, just dealing with it and going, trying to move forward in any way that we can. It's the best thing that we can do, dude. Because it's hard, dude. It's hard to fix the country, right? I totally understand it. Popsipam says, yeah, that's the law, but sometimes a famous athlete would join the national team trying to get exempted for the military duty. Like they would only play for one Olympic or something. And then they decline playing for the country for the next international competitions and stuff. Did that happen? Did one big athlete get exempted because they did this? Who is the best example of this? Okay, B8, that is correct. Let me see this one. Yeah, let me find this one. Where the fuck is that one, dude? Yeah. No. Yeah. This is correct. Okay, we are good with that road. Let me save this one. Popsy Pop says, yeah, there is a baseball player named Chu Shinzu. He played in MLB and was kind of like a superstar. Let me see this guy. Yeah. I don't remember this guy. Let me Google the guy. This guy. He's older now, right? He played in the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, and also Texas, yeah. Played Cleveland Indians, Cincinnati Reds, Texas Rangers. Yeah. Did he win the medal, dude? Did he win the competition to not go to the military service? Or how was the story of this guy? Okay. We're going with this one now. Okay, so let me duplicate that one. This one should be, let me see, B2. Yeah, Modern Collision B2. This one should be B10 if I duplicate it. Yeah, B10, but no. I'll change it to C2. Collision. Yeah. Okay, there it is. So Popsipam says about this guy, the Korean baseball player. So he played for one Olympic or Asian Cup or something and won gold medal. Then he didn't play any games for the national team after that. Okay, did people hate him because of that? See, Tyrant says, I'm not into politics too much, so I'm just gonna sit here and listen. Yeah, no, me neither. I can be into politics, but I do not use the streams to talk about politics. I can be very political, and I do enjoy a nice political discussion, but not on a live stream, because it can get too fucking crazy. Yeah, but in other contexts, I can talk about politics, yeah. Popsipam says, the national team, I think, tried to get him in the team, but he declined every single time. Yeah, many people blame him and hate him. Oh, shit. Yeah, he took advantage of the system, right? Yeah. See, Titan, thank you. Appreciate it. What time is it? Okay, 12 minutes to go. I'm gonna go for the 3 hours. Let's see if we can finish at least the colliders in this next 12 minutes, like the duplicating and the naming of the rest of the colliders. Boss battle of print screen avatars redeemed by Matt Bursquez. How are you, Matt? How's life, dude? Thank you for coming. Dude, it's been a while. I know I haven't been consistent with streaming. How about you? How has your streaming been going? Thank you, Matt, for redeeming. Let me see. Let's do the boss battle. Let's do the boss battle. Matt says, I'm good. Yeah, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy you are good. Let me... Okay, boss battle is starting. I suppose it's starting right now. Can we see it? Yeah, I think we can see it. Is it gonna happen? Okay, let me join. Let me join. I'm gonna join as priest. First time I use the priest. Matt says I haven't been consistent either. That is the streamer life, it seems, dude. Yeah. I thought when I started this year, dude, in which I was doing it 7 days a week, I was like on the top of the world, dude. I felt like I was the best fucking streamer in the world, and I was like, I can do this shit for the rest of my life. I am full of energy. Yeah. No, reality hit me hard. Because I was working on the game and trying to be consistent with the streaming and stuff, going late into the night, and yeah, I couldn't sustain it, dude. I couldn't keep with it. How are you, dude? How is life? Have you been streaming these last few days, or not at all? Or what have you been working on, by the way, also? Okay, boss battle is starting. Whose turn is it? See, Titan, your turn. Did you join? You gotta attack, dude. There you have the attacks on the overlay. So you just gotta send one of those commands. Matt says you did on Friday. Card game engine. How was it? Did people came to the stream, and how long was the stream? Have you been busy with the rest of your life, or just feeling a bit tired and trying to take a break to recharge, to come back and put in more hours to streaming? See, Titan, strafe. Okay, yeah, that's one of your attacks. Let me see if it's my turn. Did I not join, dude? Ah, yeah, I joined. Yeah, it's not my turn yet. Oh, 7.5 hours. How was it? Did you feel different? It does feel different, dude. Coming back, not doing it every day, right? You feel like you are relearning things again. You feel so rusty. I feel so rusty, dude. Keeping up with the chat, working here and stuff. Yeah, my brain feels rusty, dude. If you do it every day, you become good at it. And if you stop, it's like a muscle. It does feel like it's like a muscle streaming. Okay, whose turn is it? It's Matt's turn. Let's see what Matt uses. Okay, let me see. Let me duplicate this one. Button collision C2. So this one, if I duplicate it, should be C4, right? Yeah, that is correct. See this one, C4, button collision C4. 0 on that one. Okay, that's correct. It says Matt used song. Oh, you've got a song? Okay, now it's the bot, and next one is me. Let me see. Let me see which attack I have available. Smite? What is smite? Okay, I just used it. Whatever it is. Okay, let me duplicate this one. Okay. Okay, C4, that is correct. Button collision, so if C6, yeah. Yeah, so the system is a bit of a headache to build it at the beginning, but then the dots end up connecting. Okay, so this one's C6. Button collision C6. Let's move it here. 0 on that one. Yeah, and there we have it. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. And what is that one? Okay, this one's C8. Yeah, okay, there it is. See, Titan, use strafe. Yo, Matt, how's the chocolate going? Have you been eating your chocolate? Matt has a really cool reward on his Twitch channel about eating chocolate. Would really like to have that one, dude, but I think I would just be eating the chocolate even if people didn't redeem it. I am that addicted to sugar, so I am careful now with sugar. I consume it in way less quantities because I have no self-control with sugar. Matt says, what's we're making here? So I am refactoring my puzzle system, the puzzle system of Spaceman Memories. Yeah, so I've been rebuilding and renaming the colliders and the meshes and everything. So everything has a good naming convention for like the logic, because the logic can get a bit crazy like this. But I'm thinking about building a new system in a different way that is more interesting. So that's what I'm working on. I am duplicating, creating the new colliders and the new meshes and stuff, so it doesn't become a mess when I come here to the blueprint. Because I was trying to refactor it last week, I didn't do things correctly, and I lost my mind. So I'm doing it in the organized way. See, Titan says, speaking of boss fight, I just remember it's time for DDO raid. Gotta go, sorry. Thank you, dude. Thank you, appreciate it. Don't worry. Have a good rest of your day. The boss cowl, see Titan, you're cooked, see Titan. See, good time to get cooked by the boss, dude. Have a good rest of your day, appreciate it. So yeah, Matt, that's what I'm working on. This is the boring part of the process, just renaming assets, duplicating them, placing them in the right place. But this is just gonna be one time, because then I can duplicate this blueprint and turn it into whichever kind of pattern or puzzle I want. Okay, so we are set with this one. Okay, we're missing one from this row. Ah, yeah. So where are you, dude? Okay, so I duplicated this one, wouldn't see 6. Oh, what happened? Ah, yes. C8. Gotta change that one. Gotta be careful with that one. If not, I will forget what I'm doing. What have you been coding this last video? Oh, okay. We're in the middle of an ad break, so I'm gonna wait for the ad break to end. Okay, not my turn right now. Okay, so Matt says, did he just one-shot Titan? He did. Titan was saying that they were leaving and they got cooked. So the boss heard what Titan said in the chat. Good time to get cooked by the boss. Indeed. Yeah, Titan is cooked. Oh, it's my turn now? Okay, let's do that smite stuff. That one seemed like a good attack. Yeah. Matt Bersqua says he had a full health. I don't know if Titan had full health, but they got cooked really quickly. Oh, what happened? Ad break ended? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Titan, but they got cooked really, really quickly, dude. Oh, Matt, you're almost dead. You are almost dead, dude. We have to kill this. Oh, the boss cowls, NerdyPunkDev. I am cooked. So let's see, Matt, if you can survive with the bots against the boss, dude. This is the ultimate battle, dude. I hope that you can manage to kill the boss. Okay, let me duplicate this one. Okay, so this one would be, let me find it, put on frame C2. Okay, if I duplicate, it should be C10. Yes, it is right. Okay, this one's gonna be D2. Let's change it, put in collision D2 to button frame D2. And 0 on that one. Okay. Matt says, I'm gonna heal us. I am already cooked, dude. I am dead. You should heal. You should heal the bots, at least. Let me see. Oh, you're gonna win, dude. You're gonna kill the pumpkin. I hope you do not die, dude. This is the last turn. This is some epic shit happening right now, dude. You gotta... I am not dead? Oh, yeah. I am not dead. I thought it... When it said the boss scowls at NerdyPunkDev, I thought it meant that I was dead. Oh, but the pumpkin is dead. Congratulations. We defeated the boss. That's cool, dude. We almost got cooked. I didn't know I was alive. I thought I was dead when I didn't understand what scowling me meant. Matt says we did it, NerdyPunk. We did it, dude. Fuck yeah, hell yeah, good way of ending the stream. It's epic, dude. The winning of the ball was just at the 3-hour mark. Epic shit. First time that it happens just at the 3-hour mark, just when I end up the stream. High note for this stream. Matt says you beat the boss with your eyes closed. Yeah, we are that good. Matt, redeem where the Pikachu hat and wiggle the ears. Let me find the Pikachu hat. It's around here. Give me a sec, dude. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here it is. The rules are the rules, right? Matt redeemed it. We're gonna do it to celebrate. Fuck yeah, Matt. Thank you, dude. That was fun, dude. That was a fun way to end the stream. High note, wiggling the ears, celebrating. Thank you, dude. Thank you for the good vibes. It's a pleasure as always. That was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you redeemed the boss ball. Epic stuff. I hope you are well, dude, and I totally understand what you've been going through in terms of streaming. It's hard, dude. It's hard to be consistent, right? Especially if all the things are happening in life, and streaming is not the only thing, right? And there's a streamers guild. I've been dealing with that one, dude. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to say to the people on the community, but I cannot go live today. I'm locked in on something else. So I totally get what you're going through, dude. And I hope you can figure it out in the best way possible for your mental health and for all your projects, Matt. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you coming today. I am gonna go. Matt, are you gonna go live today or not? Are you live right now? If you're live, I would raid you. If you're not live, if you're gonna go live, yeah, because I'm gonna go and find someone to raid. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the raid browser to find someone to raid. What says? I think you may later. Oh, not live right now. Okay, dude, don't worry. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go and find a raid. I'll swim. Are they working on games also? If I can find them on the raid browser on the same section, yeah, let me see. They're live right now. Adult Swim, Dune Awakening. Oh, they're playing Dune Awakening. Yeah. Let's go. Is this a friend of yours? If it's a friend of yours, I'm gonna go and raid your friend. Yeah, I am okay with that. Yeah, let me know if it's a friend. Okay, where is the chat, dude? Yeah, let me see. I lost the chat. I lost the chat. Let me find it again. So slow says, so no, we live in, yeah, dude. Oh, it's a friend of yours. Okay, we're gonna go and raid Adult Swim, a friend of Matt Versquez, playing Dune Awakening. Thank you for coming, people. Appreciate it. Hope I can come back soon. So slow, thank you for coming. Yeah, I go for the 3 hours, dude, because I gotta go back and work on other stuff of the game. Yeah, I've been locked in working on some stuff, so I'm sorry, dude, but yeah, I'll go for the 3 hours. Those are my rules. Thank you for coming, people. Have a good rest of your night or day wherever you are. Starting the raid on our friend Adult Swim. Bye, people. Thank you for coming.